What's up, y'all? How you doing? Então hoje, aqui no English Black Friday, nós temos a presença do Lamar é dos Estados Unidos e hoje a gente vai ter uma conversa, uma entrevista pequena só para vocês escutarem o Black English de verdade. So Lamar,
Yes.
is this your first time here in Brazil?
It is.
Okay, and what do you think about it so far?
I love the culture, I love the people, and I need to learn the language, but I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, so you think the Portuguese is a difficult language to learn?
For me, yes. Any language other than English, yes.
Well, we know that there is this difference between what they consider to be the standard American English and African American English, and unfortunately people see that as slang or
Yes.
street talk,
Yes.
but we know better than that, that this came from the slavery and the views that they had on the people. How do you see the language now?
I think that other means of communication that has happened throughout history. The African Americans that when they came over from Africa in slavery, they had to use different means of communication. And I think that to this day we use that. We use different terminologies that can mean the same thing, and other cultures, it's difficult for them to figure that out.
We know that in America you have the Black History Month.
Of course.
Well, here in Brazil on November the 20th, we have the Black Consciousness Day.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we know that many people still suffer a lot of prejudice, against skin color and
Yes,
everything.
yes.
Have you ever been through a situation that you felt that you had been discriminated because of your skin color?
In Brazil or in America?
In America.
Yes, multiple times. The darker skinned you are, the less accepted you are by society. And that's been inbreeded into African Americans since slavery. The lighter skinned slaves were considered better. They were allowed to be in the slave master's home through different, the slave master would have sex with the slave, and the lighter the skin tone, the more accepted they were. This caused division throughout the slaves, the house slave and the field slave. The field slave worked in the field, so of course they were darker. So therefore they were considered less of a person. The individuals that worked in the house were called house Negroes. So they were considered unacceptable. They got to wear the master's clothes. They got to eat his leftover meals. They were exposed to different parts of culture that the field Negro was not exposed to because they traveled with the master.
Yeah.
So they saw different things.
Well, this is interesting because I've heard actually the terms red bone and yellow bone.
Of course.
So do this terms come from this house Negroes and the field
Still to this day, this still goes on today. The division is not as it's better, but not where it should be. We still consider light-skinned females red bones,
okay,
and dark-skinned females we consider them. We don't call them anything other than dark skin.
okay.
Still beautiful. To some men, they won't talk to anything but a red bone.
Okay.
Or a light-skinned girl. To most men who are enlightened, who understand, will talk to any woman. So, and it goes that way for women with men as well.
Okay. Well, some of my subscribers and friends on Facebook and here on YouTube, they asked me the question, which is, Rodrigo, I know you've been teaching African American English on the internet and also in school, but should I go to the United States and start talking to people in Black English like, yo, what's up, man?
Mm-hmm.
Or do I sound like an idiot if I start doing so?
I think you would sound somewhat foolish if you have not been in that culture and you are not known to the individuals you're talking to. That's not usually how African Americans speak to one another, that if there's no relationship there.
Okay.
If there's a relationship, like you and I, who just met, we talked as not normal, because slang is somewhat normal as well, but you and I spoke in an international language, common language. But tonight, if we go out and have a few drinks or whatever we decide to do, we'll start speaking more comfortable with one another. So that's usually how you would do it. Way
Okay.
to keep comfortable.
All right, that's great. And my question to you, do you change your language or the way you talk when you're around your family? And for example, you go to a job interview, you use one kind of English,
Yes.
and when you're around your family and friends, you use more, I would say, the variety that's close to African American variety.
Yes.
Do you see the difference
I
of
do
that?
change. You have to be a man of many faces, especially in America. You have to have your relaxation face, and you have to have your professional face, and you have your at home when you're with your family face. It's different, many different. You have to know when to turn it on and when to turn it off.
Okay.
Yes.
That's great. And all right, so the last question that I have is about the N-word, which is a word that is very polemic.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been talking to my students about the N-word,
Yes.
and well, I say it when I'm around my friends, and we consider it to be acceptable amongst us. But
Yes.
I teach them not to use it because of the history and
Of course.
this, everything that's happened.
Yes.
So can you tell them about this? I mean, just let them know like what they should know about
the
this
N-word, the nigga is very offensive, depending on who uses it and how it's used. It should never be. Let me say, it's a very ugly word. Do I still use it? I cannot lie. I do still use it. Should I use it? No, I shouldn't. I think you hear it at a young age and you add it to your vocabulary. It's very difficult to stop doing it. It's possible to stop using it, but I have to say I still use it. Now, you definitely don't use it with someone you don't know, and you definitely don't use it outside of your group. It's the history of it is we were called. I've heard so many things about the history of the word nigger. From what I was told, I've heard two parts. I'll give you two parts. The first part was that the slaves, they were white. Every culture has had slaves. There were the white slaves in Ireland that came to America would pick potatoes. They were the first individuals called niggers. That's the first story I heard. Then when they got to America, of course, the lower class individuals were considered black, so then they started calling us niggers. So that's one story I heard. The second, and I've read some things on this too. The second way I've heard the word nigger began was because when Africans came over to America, they couldn't pronounce the African country Niger, so they said nigger. There's so many stories behind the word.
Yeah.
But of course, the definition of it is lazy, and I don't know many lazy African American people. So that we call white individuals niggers. We call anyone who offends us or who we feel who we take aggression to. We start off with the word nigger. Not all blacks, but the majority of the individuals in my age group. I can't even say majority, but some of the individuals I know.
Okay. So your final message, the bottom line for that is use it or don't use it.
Don't use it. It's an ugly word. Don't even get used to you using it. That's what I would say.
Então, gente, agora vou tentar trabalhar com algum vocabulário que a gente já trabalhou aqui nos vídeos no canal e eu espero que vocês gostem. Alright, so Lamar, if you see your friend, like you're walking down the street and you come across your friend, how do you greet him?
I say, what's up? And I shake their hand like this.
Like that, okay.
Yeah, that's
So
how
you got the snap too?
Sometimes.
Okay, sometimes. So what's up is the most common one, Right.
What's up? Some people say, depending on what region you live in, what it do. Just many different ways to greet someone.
Okay.
What's up, God? As some people used to say in the East Coast. You know, just a head nod, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't even say anything. You just, yeah, that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
And if you're going to say goodbye to a person, what do you usually say?
Just say peace. All right then. Later.
I
Then instead of all right then, it's I then.
then.
Later. You know, I'll see you later. Or bye. Or tomorrow.
Oh, just go tomorrow.
Some people say tomorrow.
Okay. Instead of going see you tomorrow, just say tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
Yeah. Multiple ways.
Okay. Can you just I don't know, say a message in like the deep African American English?
So I would say, man, the women were beautiful. I was treated like a king. Was taken care of in the best kind of way. Copacabana was crazy. The people there were so nice, exactly like the Africans, Americans at home. They still go through struggles. They have their trials and tribulations. Traffic was crazy. You know, the thing is that I've noticed they have their Brazilians come in all different colors, shades of people, dark, light, straight hair, long hair, curly hair. But the thing is that differs from America is that we mark black, white, Hispanic, or other, and they just straight mark Brazilian, and that's it. And that's the unity that they have that we have. It's been taken from us, and we need to get that back. But I love Brazil overall.
Thank you very much for being here.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Next time. This is English Black Friday. See you.